Hi friends, this is Suzy, your gaming guru. It is September 20th, 2022, and I want to talk about level 1476, which has always been my very favorite level since I played it the first time, for collecting things like color bombs and wrapped candies and greens and whatever we need for some of the events that we have to do. And I know it's a favorite of many folks because I have gotten a lot of information over the past 48 hours about the fact that 1476 has changed. Yesterday, mine still looked normal, so I wasn't able to do much of a report. But like dominoes, all of my different ways I access this level have fallen prey to this insidious change that King has affected. And there's debate as to whether it is a change or a glitch. To me, it's a change, but in complete King fashion, a change that makes the level unwinnable. And just so you know, this has been reported on King Community, and the folks who monitor King Community say it has been reported to the developers. Sometimes it's a fast fix, sometimes they disagree, and sometimes it's a slow fix, but let's hope this happens quickly. Because what we have now is 29 moves, 81 of the wrapped candies, 81 purple, and 48 green. And the problem is we have these cutouts. That's going to prohibit us from reaching this goal. Probably from reaching the other goals too, but especially this goal. We've got these UFOs. We've got, I think, 10 UFOs on the board, 3, 5, 10. 10 UFOs on the board once we open up all of the sugar chests and licorice locks. And each distribute 3 wrapped candies. So that takes care of 30. That'll bring us down to 51 needed. But guess what? We're probably going to be stuck at 51 needed because it's very, very difficult to make any wrapped candies apart from the UFOs. Because of the way the wrapped candies are constructed, if we had to collect striped candies, it would be very difficult, but it would still be reasonably possible because we just need 4 matching candies in a row, and we've got columns where we have 4, but we have very few places where we can make any kind of wrapped candy. Once we clear this out, I'll show you what we're contending against. And I'll play through it to show you that I think that this is an unwinnable level. We've got to collect these sugar keys to open this area up. So one way to get a wrapped candies are formed by matching 5, but not all in one column. We either make an L, a T, or a cross or plus sign. The cross or plus sign can only be affected by things that drop in organically. We can't actually make it happen because it requires having, like, let's say all 5 of these 3 down and these 3 across. If all of these are the same color, we get a wrapped candy. But if this, and this are all the same color, there's no way we can insert a color in here to match. And if it's this, and this that are the same color, these 3 will be taken away. So those plus signs, those don't happen very often. Sometimes you might even miss that they're happening. They have to happen just as things fall down onto the board. There's no way we can manufacture them. The 2 we can make are the T shape. And so I'm going to show you that here it would have to be an upside down T shape down here. We would have 3 across and then 3 going up. So let's say these 3 are purple, this is blue, this is purple. We could make, we could bring the purple down and make this upside down T, or kind of the same thing here with a right side up T. And then the other one is an L shape, so it would have to be like these 3 and these 3. But again, very difficult to do. If these 3 are purple, this is blue, this is purple, we could affect it. But notice there are very few spots because of all these cutouts where we could actually make something like that happen. So I'm going to predict that at the very end of this, after all of my turns are exhausted, I will need 51 of the wrapped candies still. That's my prediction. I'll be surprised if I get even one that I'm able to create on my own. Notice I don't really have many opportunities to make moves. I'm just kind of sitting around waiting for moves to show up. I can use the UFOs, but even those aren't likely to produce anything other than the 3 wrapped candies they automatically give us. So, yeah, it's a shame. It's a problem. Now, let's talk about alternatives as I'm finishing this up. Some of the alternatives might be to play other levels that you know are good for the purpose of collecting. So if you need to collect green trophies, which is kind of the deal these days, one thing you can do is look for any of the 000 levels that are near you and see how those work. So 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, those are the levels that are generally easy to win, and so you get the credit for them. And they often produce quite a bit as far as results. Also, for green, 3309 is great. Although, let's say you've got a streak going. Look at this. Look at how awful this is. Let's say you have a streak going, and so you go into level 4,000 with your streak, and 4,000 becomes ridiculously easy to beat. Well, if you take that streak and you go into 3309, it doesn't give you any of those color bombs and wrapped candies. It's all blue and green and licorice, and yeah, you don't get to bring in any of those streak boosters. So here's my last move, and notice I still need 51 wrapped candies. So even if I were able to make a wrapped candy, I would need to make 51. This is virtually impossible to beat. If you had an unlimited number of switch hands and you sat there and manipulated the area to get the wrapped candies, you could, because when you use a switch hand, it doesn't actually use up one of your moves. So it's virtually impossible without boosters. If you had unlimited boosters, you could get it done. This right now is unusable. Sad for those of us who are waiting for an opportunity to collect a whole bunch of green or whatever we're using it for. Tragic for those who are on level 1475 right now and they're having a good time and they're going to get to here and it's going to be unwinnable. So really big problem. And the good news is that even if it takes them a while, King usually fixes these unwinnable levels. So whether you consider it a glitch or just a really ill-advised update, that's the status right now. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to put those below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.